Welcome to Train Future, where ambition meets expertise. At Train Future, we believe in the transformative power of mentorship and training. In this podcast series, I interview leaders and experts from various fields. I'm doing a series of interviews with industry leaders. Today, my guest is Václav Solista. Václav has worked in many companies like Novartis. He's a career growth consultant based in Basel, Switzerland. Welcome, Václav, and thank you for joining us today. So, Václav, what skills and experiences from your past is helping you now in your current role?
There are many. So, basis of being the right consultant in the right field is your competence in your area of expertise. That's clear. So I am consulting mostly professionals from pharma and supply chain and combination of both. So means if you have a broad knowledge from solid dosage form production and development, if you have a knowledge about ophthalmics, if you have a knowledge about the entire processes of supply chain altogether, this is the basis, because people would like to get mentored or coached by someone who has an idea what he's talking about. So it's definitely beneficial if you have this like natural science grounds for consulting, that's for sure. Second is on top are the coaching and consulting skills. So I'm a certified coach and consultant as well. That means you have to have the ability to ask the right questions, which is at the end the most difficult part in our business lives, because maybe by yourself, we mostly tend to solve the problems immediately instead of asking questions why we do have this problem first. So we are in the modus like all the time, problem, let's solve it, instead of stepping back and asking some questions. So if I summarize it all together, so basis is the expertise in the topic of your area, of your professional expertise, is the ability to ask the right questions and listen very well, because you need to read a lot of between the lines if you would like to be a successful career consultant.
Wow, that's great insight. I mean, you're clearly very experienced, and the job market is getting more and more competitive. And for those trying to break into the industry, what are the must-have skills to secure a job in this age of AI?
I would say the more AI and the more digital chatbots and stuff like that, the more important is the authentic human being. So at the end, it's about authenticity, and AI is great slave or servant, but a bad master. So we should rely definitely on our human personalities. And if I could see like two very, very important traits which you should use, first of all, get a decent LinkedIn profile, which really shows that you have an idea what are you talking about. Show some great content there from your professional expertise. And second, networking. And networking is, in my eyes, the most important skill. And very important is to know that the proper networking is not about you and about your career needs, but it's all the time about the other person. So be genuinely interested in other human beings and ask them questions about their careers and their achievement. That's the right way of networking, because networking is not about Václav wanting to do a next career step. No, networking is all the time about the other person. So those two things, a decent LinkedIn profile with some great content and networking.
You advise many people. And what is the most common problems you see people face nowadays? And what is your advice to them?
They are several. So I would say one thing is that most of the people are not able to sell themselves on the spot. You won't believe how many people are simply shocked by the simple questions, hey, Ishan, why should I hire you?
Yeah.
So simple. Simply connect yourself and your skills to the job. So that's one thing. Second thing, generally, people having awful LinkedIn profiles, which are not optimized at all, don't contain the important code words, have very, very boring headlines, outdated profile picture. So everything looks like terribly. Third thing, 80% of the people are not able to introduce themselves in the job interview that I would like to continue the job interview. So those are like the three things what I think, and it's all there is a big culture basis for all of that. For example, people from the United States are selling themselves mostly pretty well because they are used to it. We are a great country, blah blah blah. So they are selling themselves very good. If you start in Central Europe, it starts getting worse, and the more you move eastwards, the more difficult it gets, and it specifically applies for females. So you have females who are like, I call them the uncut diamonds, who know everything, know 95% of the job description, are deeply worried about the 5% that they don't know, 60%, and he sells themselves in a way that he gets the job. So those are the things. Most of the people are underselling themselves under their value.
You talked about enhancing your LinkedIn profile. Now, what strategies do you suggest to use to enhance the LinkedIn presence and also capture the attention of top recruiters, HR professionals, and ultimately be the top candidate to get the job?
First thing is, human beings are visual beings. So you need to have a LinkedIn banner. So LinkedIn banner is something like a scroll stopper. And please do not use, mountains unless you are a mountaineering guide. Do not use seashore unless you are a travel office. Your LinkedIn banner should be somehow connected to your profession. That's the first thing. Please don't forget to have a decent professional headshot. So the head should fill out the circle and not some, weirdly dimmed party picture from somewhere with a weird background, but you see a lot. And mostly important, write yourself a headline which describes you, and you should look at your headline as your shortest possible elevator pitch. So your elevator pitch with 200 characters, that's in my eyes of utmost importance, because that's something what people see immediately on your profile. They see it when you comment something. Your headline is something like your advertisement rucksack on your back. Active mode. So what do I understand under active mode? Active mode means that you are not using adjectives like motivated, seasoned, experienced, talented, blah, blah, because those words are the most overused words on LinkedIn and they are so boring, nobody would like to read them. So if I will find a headline which is written with verbs instead of adjectives, and if you are using strong verbs like leading, creating, and stuff like that, the story is much more stronger because stories are being told with verbs and not only with adjectives and noumens. So use strong verbs, something like with this and that skill, I am doing this and that. So that would be an optimal headline, and you have to use the right code words because those sniffing LinkedIn recruiter robots are checking your headline as well.
Wow, those are great insights. And my last question to you today is, do you think everyone needs mentorship?
Yes or no? It would be great if every person, specifically the youngsters, will get a mentor. I know that in reality it's probably possible because there are not enough mentors around, but mentorship is so important, and I see it from both sides because I was mentored by a great leader. His name is Jesus Corchero. He was the site head at Novartis Barbela de Valles, close to Barcelona. He has turned the facility around from the worst Novartis facility to the best facility by applying lean principles on the entire production. And he was boss like of 500 people. He knew every single person in his facility by name. He was like floating around to the factory, talking to every cleaning woman on the floor. So this was really a human leader. You can go for lunch with him, get a bottle of wine, and go back to the workspace and work until 10 o'clock in the evening. And it was absolutely fantastic. So I learned so much from him, how he is leading people, how he's organizing the business. And the other side is I'm mentoring myself. So I'm mentor of qualified female migrants in Basel for a Basel NGO, pro bono. And this is really beautiful how you can make a positive impact on people's lives, that people who are completely lost are suddenly seeing a future and getting job interviews and getting invited and signing contracts. So this is a highly fulfilling role. So yes, mentoring should be there for every single person, but it's I like make a very crazy comparison. Probably like every human being should go to physiotherapy. If every one of us would like make some stretching, like 10 and 15 minutes a day, the doctors would have much less work than. So that's the same story. So like it should be like the physiotherapy is good for the body and everybody should do some sort of exercises. The same is mentoring for not only young professionals, but every person in a life which is having some struggles. A mentor could definitely help.
It's great to hear your perspective. Thank you so much, Václav, for sharing your expertise and insights with us today. Thank you.
Thank you, Eshan, very much for this talk. It was a pleasure to be here. And if you need more, you find my LinkedIn profile there to reach out. I accept every decent connection request. So pleasure.
Thank you.